The 1957 United States Lincoln wheat cent, marked by the D mint mark below the date. It's a small copper coin with a large historical and cultural significance. Minted during the post-World War II era, a time of growing prosperity and Cold War tensions. This 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as a penny, was produced by the Denver Mint in 1957 and is part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Years series that spanned from 1909 to 1958. This particular issue was minted in large numbers, over 1.05 billion, coins making it common in circulation during its time, but still of great interest to collectors due to its vintage age, iconic design, and its connection to American heritage. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a distinctive reddish-brown appearance, though it can darken with age and oxidation. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a plain, smooth edge, asterisk, the obverse front of the 1957D. Lincoln cent features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. In 1909, to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, this made the Lincoln cent the first U.S. coin to bear the image of an actual person, significant departure from previous U.S. coinage traditions. Above Lincoln's head is the motto "In God We Trust," reflecting the nation's spiritual and cultural ethos during the mid-20th century. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word liberty, symbolizing the nation's foundational ideals, while the date 1957 appears to the right, followed by a small demint mark indicating it was struck in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the U.S. system, was known for high-volume coin production, and 1957 was no exception, contributing to the widespread availability of these coins. Asterisk, the reverse back of the coin, designed also by Victor D. Brenner, showcases the iconic two wheat ears flanking the inscriptions, hence the nickname Wheat Penny. These stylized wheat stalks were chosen to symbolize agricultural abundance and the strength of the American economy. Centered between them is the bold denomination 1 cent, followed by United States of America, declaring the coin's value and issuing authority. Above this, arching across the top, is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many. 1, a phrase that represents the union of the original 13 colonies into a single nation and the continued melting pot nature of American society. The wheat reverse design was eventually replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday, making the 1957D among the final years of the beloved wheat reverse series. Asterisk, the historical context surrounding the 1957D penny is rich with significance. America was in the midst of the Cold War, and the Eisenhower administration promoted national unity and strength, both of which are subtly reflected in the patriotic inscriptions on the coin. The year 1957 also saw the Soviet Union launch Sputnik, the first artificial satellite spurring the U.S. space race. Domestically, the civil rights movement was beginning to gain momentum, and coins like this penny circulated in a nation on the brink of immense social and technological transformation. Despite its modest face value, the Lincoln cent was a daily fixture in the lives of Americans. Used in everything from candy purchases to savings jars, making it a silent witness to mid-century American life. Asterisk, from a numismatic coin collecting perspective, the 1957D Lincoln cent is considered a common date, especially in circulated condition. However, uncirculated or mint state examples, especially those with full original red luster graded MS65 or higher by third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC, can be of moderate value to collectors. Errors in varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can increase the value significantly, as they are highly sought after in the hobby. Collectors often pursue this coin to complete Lincoln cent collections, especially as part of the popular penny boards of mid-century America, where young collectors filled holes in cardboard folders with coins from different years and mints. Asterisk. In conclusion, the 1957D Lincoln wheat cent may be a small and common coin in terms of value and availability, but it stands as a significant piece of American numismatic history. Its design reflects national ideals of unity, trust in God, liberty, and prosperity. It marks the twilight of the classic wheat reverse design, which had graced U.S. pennies for nearly half a century. Even today, finding one in change is a nostalgic slash. Reminder of America's past and the enduring legacy of Lincoln, as well as the Denver Mint's role in shaping American coinage. Whether kept as a childhood keepsake, passed down from a grandparent's jar of change, or preserved in brilliant mint state by a dedicated collector, the 1957 D penny is more than just currency. It is a copy of the 1956D Lincoln wheat, cent bearing the inscriptions 1 CENT,
United States of America,
E pluribus unum, in God we trust. And the D mint mark beneath the date holds a rich numismatic and historical narrative rooted in American coinage tradition. Its 1 cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Penny series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse front features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can be found beneath Lincoln's shoulder in certain issues. Above Lincoln's head arcs the national motto "In God We Trust," while the word liberty rests to the left of his profile. To the right is the date 1956, and just below it lies the D mint mark, indicating it was minted at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the United States Mint's principal facilities. This particular year marked one of the final years of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series before the design transitioned in 1959 to the Lincoln Memorial. Reverse in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse back side of the 1956D Lincoln Cent showcases the classic wheat ears design, also created by Brenner. This design features 2 stylized sheaves of wheat curving along the left and right edges, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America in bold block lettering. Above these words lies the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the American states. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and were especially resonant in the early 20th century, when the U.S. was still deeply connected to its agrarian roots. The use of wheat in the design also subtly reinforces the theme of hard work and American growth, in terms of minting and production. The Denver Mint struck an estimated 1,098,201,100 Lincoln cents with the 1956D date, making this coin common in circulation. However, its availability in high grades, particularly mint state, red MS65RD or higher, is more limited and sought after by collectors. This is due to the natural oxidation and toning that copper coins undergo over time, often causing them to lose their brilliant red luster. The composition of the 1956 D penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a distinctive reddish-brown hue in mint condition. Weighing 3.11 grams and measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter, it was struck using a plain edge. The 1956D cent stands at the tail end of the wheat penny era, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This era spanned some of the most defining moments in U.S. history, including both World Wars, the Great Depression, and the post-war economic boom. The continued use of Lincoln's image on the penny reflects his enduring legacy and the nation's reverence for his leadership during the Civil War. By 1956, America was deep into the Cold War era, and national values such as faith and unity, echoed in inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "E pluribus unum," held powerful resonance. These phrases, along with Lincoln's image, communicated a vision of moral strength and cohesion at a time of global uncertainty. From a collector's standpoint, the 1956D wheat cent is relatively easy to obtain in circulated condition due to its high mintage. However, specimens in pristine condition, particularly those with full original red coloration and free from contact marks, command higher premiums. It's not uncommon for collectors to assemble full sets of Lincoln wheat cents by date and mint mark, and the 1956D is an essential part of completing that classic American set. Moreover, varieties and errors such as repunched mint marks or PMs or die cracks have been documented for this year, making the coin even more intriguing for error collectors and specialists in a broader historical sense. The 1956 D penny serves as both a numismatic artifact and a cultural snapshot. It reflects the economic and artistic values of the mid-20th century United States, preserving on its small canvas the legacy of a beloved president, the strength of American institutions, and the skill of the U.S. Mint. While millions of these coins pass through the hands of everyday Americans in lunch lines, gas stations, and grocery stores, today they rest in albums and cabinets as cherished collectibles. Whether held for their historical importance, design elegance, or simple nostalgia, 1956D Lincoln wheat cents continue to captivate generations of collectors and historians alike. The 1952D Lincoln wheat cent marked with a D, mint marked to indicate it was struck at the Denver Mint, is a rich artifact of mid-20th century American numismatics, representing not just 1 cent of monetary value, but also a chapter in the enduring legacy of U.S. coinage and the cultural values of its time. This copper coin, part of the iconic wheat penny series, features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who is best remembered for preserving the Union during the Civil War and for abolishing slavery through the Emancipation Proclamation. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth, and the design endured for 5 decades with only minor modifications. On the obverse front, the 1952D coin features Lincoln's right-facing portrait surrounded by the motto "In God We Trust" arching above, liberty to the left, and the date 1952 accompanied by the D mint mark just below his right shoulder, indicating it was minted in Denver, Colorado. The reverse back design, used from 1909 through 1958, displays 2 stylized wheat stalks bordering the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America in bold capital letters, with the Latin motto E pluribus, unum, out of many, one placed at the top hand, enduring testament to American unity and federalism. The 1952D Lincoln cent was struck in an era of global political tension and economic transition. The United States was recovering from the effects of World War II and was engaged in the Korean War, and the Cold War with the Soviet Union was intensifying. Domestically, the country experienced a post-war economic boom, and the coin itself reflects the traditionalism and conservatism of the era. Over 746 million of these coins were minted in Denver, making it one of the most common coins of its year. This high mintage contributes to its general affordability today, though higher values are found in specimens that are in mint state MS condition, especially those that have sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and rich original red luster. Collectors typically look for 1952D cents that grade MS65 red or better, as these command premium prices, though circulated examples are generally valued at just a few cents above face value. From a numismatic perspective, the 1952D Lincoln cent is notable not only for its history and imagery, but also for its composition and physical characteristics. These coins were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter and weighing 3.11 grams. The edges are plain, and the coin was struck using traditional methods for the time, as the U.S. would eventually move to a less copper-rich alloy in the 1980s due to rising metal prices. Earlier cents like this one are often appreciated for their metal content and classic appearance. The 1952D wheat penny also appeals to collectors for its role in completing Lincoln wheat cent sets, especially within the context of its mint year and condition. While not a rare coin in general terms, the search for uncirculated or red full original color examples adds an engaging challenge for hobbyists. In conclusion, the 1952D Lincoln wheat cent is more than just a small copper coin. It is a miniature relic of American history and design. It embodies the ideals of faith in God we trust, unity, e pluribus, unum, and liberty. all underscored by the portrait of one of the nation's most revered presidents. Produced during a transformative period in American history, and still widely collected today. The 1952 penny bridges generations of coin collectors, historians, and patriots who value not only the physical artifact, but also the story it tells. About the United States in the mid-20th century, whether held for its numismatic value, historical interest, or nostalgic charm, this coin continues to play a vital role in the rich tapestry of American coin collecting. The 1951D Lincoln Wheat Cent, bearing the D mint mark to indicate it was struck at the Denver Mint, is a notable coin in the long and beloved series of Lincoln cents, first introduced in 1909. This small copper coin, with its modest face, value of 1 cent, holds a wealth of historical significance and numismatic intrigue that makes it fascinating to both casual collectors and seasoned numismatists. The obverse of the coin features the enduring profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a design by Victor David Brenner, which had been in use since 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. This design marked a significant shift in American coinage, as it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than allegorical representations of liberty. Lincoln's bust is depicted in sharp relief, facing right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" arched above, liberty to the left of his profile, and the date 1951 appearing to the right of his chest. The small D mint mark, directly beneath the date, confirms its Denver origin, distinguishing it from the Philadelphia and San Francisco counterparts of the same year. On the reverse side, the 1951D cent proudly continues the wheat ears reverse design, also created by Brenner. This reverse features 2 stylized ears of wheat flanking the words 1 cent in United States of America, which appear in bold capital letters at the center of the coin. Above this central text is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which translates to "out of many," one underscoring the unity of the American states. The wheat ears design, while simple and unadorned, conveyed a sense of agricultural heritage, strength, and economic stability. This reverse design would remain in use until 1958, after which it would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1951D Lincoln wheat cent was struck during the post-World War, to period a time when the United States was undergoing significant economic expansion and change. In that year alone, the Denver Mint produced a remarkable 625,355,000 1-cent coins, making the 1951D issue one of the more common wheat cents of the early 1950s. This large mintage was a reflection of the growing population and increasing demand for coinage in the booming post-war American economy. Because of its large mintage, most 1951D cents circulated heavily, often showing significant where by the time they were removed from commerce or collected. Nevertheless, examples in uncirculated mint-state condition remain popular among collectors, and are considered quite affordable compared to key-date Lincoln cents. In terms of composition, the 1951D cent is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a standard bronze alloy that had been used for the cent since 1864. With the exception of the zinc-coated steel cents of 1943 produced during wartime metal shortages, the coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inches. Its reddish-brown appearance, when freshly struck, was due to its high copper content, although many examples have since toned to a dull brown or darker shade due to environmental exposure. Collectors of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series often seek out the 1951D in various grades. In circulated condition, the coin is common and generally worth a few cents above face value, depending on the wear. However, higher-grade specimens, especially those graded MS65 red or higher, can command higher premiums. The red designation in coin grading indicates that the coin retains at least 95% of its original mint red luster, a rare attribute given the coin's age and tendency of copper to tone over time. Coins designated as full red and without distracting marks or spotting are particularly sought after. While the 1951D is not a rare coin, finding one in pristine condition with bold strike and original luster can be a rewarding experience for any collector. From a historical standpoint, the 1951D penny offers a tangible link to early 1950s America, time marked by the presidency of Harry S. Truman, the Korean War, the early years of the Cold War, and rapid technological and social change. In this context, coins like the 1951D penny were not just instruments of commerce, but everyday objects carried in the pockets of Americans living through a dynamic and uncertain period. Whether used to buy a candy bar, newspaper, or streetcar fare, each cent played its small role in the post-war American story. While error coins are not widely reported for the 1951D cent, some known varieties include minor die cracks, repunched mint marks, RPMs, and off-center strikes. These can add value and collector interest, particularly if the error is dramatic and well-defined. As always, coin authentication by a reputable grading service, such as PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC. Numismatic Guarantee Company is recommended for collectors seeking to build serious collections. In the broader context of Lincoln cent collecting, the 1951D fits snugly into the decade-long stretch of post-war wheat cents that are typically affordable, accessible, and ideal for beginners and intermediate collectors. It is also often included in Lincoln cent albums or Whitman folders, helping new generations of collectors learn about American history and coinage. For those interested in completing a full date and mint mark set of Lincoln wheat cents from 1909 to 1958, the 1951D is one of the easier pieces to obtain, but nonetheless necessary to achieve completion. In summary, the 1951D Lincoln wheat cent is far more than just a small copper coin. It is a piece of history reflecting America's post-war optimism, industrial growth, and continuity through its enduring tribute to Abraham Lincoln. Its design, metal composition, mint history, and role in everyday commerce all contribute to its numismatic significance. Though it may not hold the high value of key dates like the 1909 SVDB or the 1914D, its story is no less compelling. For collectors, historians, and students of American coinage alike, the 1951D penny remains a symbol of a vibrant chapter in the nation's journey, carrying both monetary and sentimental value through the generations. The 1946 Lincoln wheat cent, also referred to simply as the 1946 penny, is a classic and historically significant coin from the United States, mint that reflects both post-World War II optimism and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. This coin is part of the Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, and features the beloved profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin's full inscriptions include "In God We Trust" at the top of the obverse, Liberty on the left, and the date 1946 to the right of Lincoln's bust. Notably, there is no mint mark under the date in Philadelphia minted coins, but DRS mint marks would be present for coins struck in Denver or San Francisco, respectively. The reverse of the 1946 Lincoln cent is adorned with the wheat ears design that gives this coin series its nickname. Two stylized sheaves of Durham wheat flank the inscriptions "1 cent" and "United States of America," while the motto "E pluribus unum," out of many, one arcs gracefully along the upper edge of the coin. This reverse design, also crafted by Brenner, was intended to symbolize national unity and productivity in a period when the United States was transitioning from a wartime to a peacetime economy, composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. 1946 penny weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It was struck in great numbers, reflecting the nation's post-war industrial resurgence. Over 991 million Lincoln cents were struck in Philadelphia alone, with additional millions produced at the Denver D and San Francisco's mints, bringing the total mintage for all three mints well over 1.5 billion coins making it one of the more common wheat cents, although high-grade uncirculated examples are still prized among collectors. The year 1946 itself holds special significance. It marked the first full year after the end of World War II, a period in which American society was undergoing massive transformation. Soldiers returned home, industries converted to consumer production, and Americans were optimistic about the future. The Lincoln cent, already a widely recognized coin since its 1909 debut, became a daily symbol of national values: liberty, trust in God, and unity. Its message was particularly poignant as Americans began building a peacetime society after years of global conflict. Numismatically, 1946, Lincoln cents can be found in circulated and uncirculated conditions. And while worn examples are very common, coins in mint state MS conditions, especially those graded MS65, red or higher by professional grading services, can command higher prices. The color of the coin is also important to collectors. Cents with a strong original red copper hue are more valuable than those with brown or mixed tones. While the Philadelphia Mint coins are plentiful, the San Francisco Mint 1946S tends to be slightly scarcer in top uncirculated grades. As for errors and varieties, the 1946 Lincoln cent does not feature any widely recognized major errors, but collectors occasionally come across die cracks, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks or PMs, especially from the Denver and San Francisco mint switch, add intrigue and value to the coin. These varieties reflect the limitations and imperfections of mid-20th century minting technology. In conclusion, the 1946 Lincoln wheat cent is more than just a common piece of pocket change. It is a small, enduring artifact of American resilience, post-war hope, and historical continuity. From its dignified portrayal of Abraham Lincoln to its wheat-backed design rooted in agrarian symbolism, the coin encapsulates a time when the nation was poised to enter a new era of growth. For collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike, it serves as both a nostalgic keepsake and a tangible connection to a transformative period in U.S. history.